So our presenter today is Dr. Abigail Tilton. She's the Dean of our College in Arts and Sciences. She will also be joined by Brandy Gallagher, who serves as the Director of College Advising and Academic Initiatives. Dr. Tilton, feel free to get started.
As Arissa said, I'm Abigail Tilton. I'm the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. And as you could probably see just a few minutes ago, I am obviously working from home. I have my husband here who's also working from home and fortunately for me, providing some tech support. My daughter is here and I have 2 dogs, and I'm hoping that all of them are on their best behavior while we're meeting here today, but I make no promises. So I really wanted to say welcome to everyone. I'm so glad you joined us. And I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about the College of Arts and Sciences. So we're going to talk a little bit about what are the fields of study that we offer, and then also why should you pursue a degree in arts and sciences. So here are the fields of study. Now, as you can tell, there are a lot of things to study in the College of Arts and Sciences. And so I'm going to start with the School of the Arts and tell you a little bit about some of the abbreviations I have up here, and then we can start having a conversation. One of the things that we're going to do is while I'm doing my presentation, if you have questions, you can put them in the chat feature, and then Brandy will attempt to interrupt me, and so I can answer the question while we're still on the slide. And then we'll also have time for questions afterwards. So I hope that works for everyone. So in the College of Arts and Sciences, we have what we call the School of the Arts. And in that program, we have dance, fashion and textiles, which is really fashion design and merchandising. It's just the old name for the department. We have music and theater and visual arts. So in dance, we offer bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and a PhD. So the B is for the bachelor's, the M is for the master's, and the D is for the doctoral degree. So in fashion and textiles, we offer a variety of baccalaureate degrees. In music and theater, we offer both the baccalaureate and the master's degree, and in visual arts, the same, a bachelor's degree and a master's. In the area of natural sciences, we have biology, where we offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. And we also in that program have a medical technology program at the bachelor's degree. We have chemistry and biochemistry, and we offer degrees at both the bachelor's and the master's level. We have informatics and health informatics, and again, a bachelor's and a master's degree. And finally, mathematics and computer sciences, again, bachelor's and master's. In our next department, we consider the area of humanities. We have a department called English, Speech, and Foreign Languages. However, they only provide degrees in the area of English, and they provide a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctoral degree. But you can take classes in both speech and foreign languages. And then in history, we have a bachelor and a master's degree. In the area of social sciences, we have the Department of Psychology and Philosophy. And in this department, you can get a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctoral degree in psychology, but we don't offer a degree in philosophy, but you can take courses and minor in it. We also have a sociology degree. We have that at the bachelor's, the master's, and the doctoral level. And then we have social work, where we have a bachelor's and a very innovative and unique program with our master's in a joint program with the University of North Texas, just right across town. And then finally, in the area of social sciences, we have political science, where we offer degrees at both the bachelor's and the master's level. And our final area that we want to talk about is our multidisciplinary areas. The first one is our multicultural women and gender studies. Although we don't offer a baccalaureate degree here, we do offer a master's and a doctoral degree. Students can minor in this area at the undergraduate level and take courses. We also have a Bachelor of General Studies, and Brandy Gallagher, who's online with us today, is the director of that, and she can talk more about that. And then finally, we have a Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences in Professional Studies. And this program is really geared to those students who have an associate's degree in applied arts and sciences. One of the things I love about this slide is I think it's such a great depiction of just the diversity of our college, how much fun we have, and how so many of our students, our science students, go to our art events, our art students go to our science events. It's just a really great interdisciplinary department. So why should you pursue a degree in arts and sciences? Well, one of the things in this type of economy, sometimes people think, well, I need to major in something that sounds like a job. Like I need to major in nursing so I can be a nurse, or major in teacher education so I can become a teacher. But what's interesting, I think, about a degree in arts and sciences is that we really do prepare you with the skills employers want, and we're going to offer you an education that will transform your life. So an education in arts and sciences fosters the ability for you to think for yourself. We're going to help you develop effective communication and critical thinking skills. We're going to enhance your understanding of global, ethical, and historical context for contemporary problems. And we're going to focus on leadership and social responsibility. This type of an education prepares you for the workforce for the future. In 5 years, there are going to be jobs out there that we're not even thinking about today, but this type of an education prepares you for that ever-changing landscape that is our workforce. So every few years, the American Association of Colleges and Universities surveys more than 400 employers to find out what they're looking for in their next hiring group. 93% of employers say that an ability to think critically, communicate clearly, and solve complex problems is more important than the undergraduate major. So you can study something that you love, and as you are developing those skills to think critically, communicate clearly, and solve complex problems, that is going to make you competitive in the job market. 80% of employers agree also that all college students should acquire broad knowledge in the liberal arts and sciences. And as you can see from our fields of study, we really have that basis for that broad knowledge, that ability to give you that type of education that employers are looking for. 95% of employers say that they want to have college graduates that contribute to innovation in the workplace. As I said just a couple of minutes ago, our job market is ever changing, ever evolving. And so employers are wanting people that can move that they can innovate in the workplace, that they can prepare for the next job, not just your first job or your second job or your third job, but your job 10 years from now or 15 years from now. 88% of employers also endorse activities such as collaborative problem solving, research, internships, and et cetera. And we think this is very important, and we emphasize this a great deal in arts and sciences because we want to make sure you have meaningful experiences during your college career that prepare you for not only the job market, we certainly want to do that, but really provide an education that transforms your life. And some of the ways that we do this is group projects. I'm sure many of you are either currently in high school or in high school recently enough that you remember group projects. In college, these group projects take on a little bit different meaning. It's not just about making an A, which I know is always important to everyone, but it's really learning how to work with a diverse group and to solve a complex problem. Those are skills that not only will get you an A in your class, but also could get you a job in the future. We also hope that all of our students engage in research projects while they're here at the university. In some areas, those are built into the curriculum, such as in psychology. All psychology students are part of a research team. In the natural sciences, there's plenty of opportunities to work in research labs. And then also in many of your classes to write a research paper. Again, this provides you that opportunity to demonstrate that you can think critically and solve complex problems. A nice, two concrete skills that we know employers want. We also want every student in the College of Arts and Sciences to have an opportunity to study abroad. That type of immersion in other cultures is is a life-changing experience. And I'm so committed to helping students study abroad that the first scholarship I set up was to help students, to support a student so they could study abroad. And then finally, internships and experiential learning. I think every student in the College of Arts and Sciences should have an internship. Absolutely do not graduate without one. Nothing makes you more competitive on the job market than to have that internship experience where you have taken what you've learned in the classroom and applied it to a real world setting. We have the fabulous internship office here at Texas Women's University, and they are just delighted to be able to help connect you with these great experiences. I always talk with my incoming students about claiming your education. I think that this is so important, and so I'm going to share with you a couple of quotes from Adrienne Rich. The first one says, "You cannot afford to think of being here to receive an education. You will do much better to think of being here to claim one." And you can tell by the language that the action behind being here to claim one, that you're not passive in your education. You're not just sitting there in the classroom waiting for your instructor to pour into you, but you're out there actively engaged in getting the absolute best education that you can. And this one is a little bit longer. I won't read all of it to you, but I will go to this very last part, and I think this is really important. It says, "It means that the student sees herself engaged with her teachers in active, ongoing struggles for real education." What I like about this part is the word struggle. And I mean struggle in a good way. When we're talking about wanting to provide you with a transformative education, I mean that I want you to be a very different person from the day you step onto campus to the day you graduate. That our education has transformed you, that this experience has changed your life forever. And that type of transformation, struggle happens. That is how we are transformed, is with struggle. But we don't want you to struggle alone. We're here to support you. And I'm going to turn this over to Brandy now so she can talk to you a little bit about how we will be supporting you.
Thank you, Dr. Tilton. Can you all hear me okay?
I can.
Good, thank you. So in our meeting before we actually started the meeting, I was reading through some of the chat comments, and I noticed that so many of you are already students who are planning to start in the fall, or you have an intent to apply for fall semester. So the first bullet point that is on this slide has to do with academic advising, which is profoundly important to me, not just because I'm the director of advising for the college, but because I know that you all have educational goals that you are wanting to meet. And so after this presentation is over, I'm going to put in the chat box a link that you all can email to get connected with an academic advisor on the campus within your major or your area. And so some of you are transfer students, so you have some, you already have experience with working with academic advisors. Some of you are going to be first-year students, and so it's going to be a new experience for you. So I want to be able to help you all at all levels. And then, of course, our graduate students, you'll be working directly with a faculty member, so I will get you working with at graduate school office to get you connected. If you are first-year students who are interested in being in a living learning community, that is an awesome opportunity for you. I think my goal for today in speaking with you all is just to kind of help you maneuver through your first semester of university, and especially for our first-year students, the living learning community is a component that allows you to take your classes together. It allows you to have activities together and study times together. And so when you're filling out your housing application, you will see a box that you can check that if you're interested in a living learning community, you'd like more information about that. So I highly encourage you all to look into that. We have several opportunities on the campus for you to get resources. One of the hubs, or what we call a hub, is the Pioneer Center, and you can see from the slide all of the opportunities that you have within that office. I'm going to talk about a couple of those. Dr. Tilton talked about internships in education abroad. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about academic coaching. When we transition from one institution to another, whether it be high school, whether it be community college, or whether it be a baccalaureate program and you're moving into graduate school, it is an awesome opportunity to learn how to navigate this new experience. And that's where academic coaching comes in. Academic coaching can help you with anything from time management to budgeting, to working on how to take notes and how to communicate effectively with professors, and how to manage the workload if you're not used to writing papers. And so oftentimes the academic coaches are peers of yours. They're either upper division, lower undergraduate students, or they can even be graduate students. And so they've had the experiences that maybe you haven't had. And so it's an awesome, awesome connection for you and a resource. We also have a Book in Common program that you can take part in. And then if you are a graduate student working on your doctoral program, dissertation is always the end of the line and probably one of the most important things you do outside of an internship. And so the Pioneer Center offers different types of boot camps. They'll have writing boot camps and then dissertation boot camps to prepare you for that level. Education abroad is an awesome opportunity. I've gotten to hear testimonies from several students who have been abroad. Either they've studied in Spain or they studied in London, and the experiences that they've had have just been awesome. And so I highly recommend a study abroad. An internship, I shared with Dr. Tilton and the admissions crew earlier this week that I wouldn't have the job I have now or the career I have now if I hadn't done an internship at TWU as a student. I was an intern in the advising office, and so you never know where your career is going to come from. And so that internship gives you real world experience where you're allowed to use your content knowledge that you've gained. And then experiential learning, I had a student ask me the other day, what does that mean? And it's an immersion. It's a whole experience into your academic program. It's where you actually apply and work in what you're learning. And so it is a wonderful, wonderful way for you to really get the most out of your education at TWU. And I see Christy says in the screen that she was an experiential student scholar. That's awesome. And so I think that if you would like more information about that, contact the Pioneer Center. There are staff members there to help you.
Brandy,
Yes,
Brandy,
ma'am. Yes.
can I just say one thing
Yes.
about this?
Yes.
So one of the things that we say here at Texas Women's University is that we learn to do by doing. And this is really kind of institutionalized, I think, in our programs with this experiential learning. And I wanted to make note that with the experiential student scholars, this is the type of commitment TWU makes to experiential learning. What they do is they provide funding for a student and a faculty mentor to develop an experiential learning project. And they give about $1,000 to the student to support that work and $500 to the faculty member. They also provide travel presentation support. So if a student has a project that's been accepted to a conference for presentation, they also want to provide about $500 to support that type of travel. So I think that that's a really good sign about the financial commitment that TWU puts into experiential learning.
Dr. Tilton, can you give some examples of what some students have done in the past with it, experiential learning? We have a question from the chat box about that.
Sure. I'm going to give an example that's from a classroom-based activity, just because I think it's just such a phenomenal example of experiential learning. So we have some programming in sustainability. It's an interdisciplinary area that we offer. And one year, the students went to the Target Distribution Center that's located here in Denton, and they did an analysis of the footprint of the corporation, and then came up with low-cost solutions to help them reduce their carbon footprint in ways that were financially sustainable and also green. And so that was a real benefit. And so they've done this now at several different corporations in town, because they did such a good job and their work was so respected, that they've done this at probably about 4 or 5 other large areas now to help them be more sustainable.
Right. Good. Okay. I think we're ready to go to any more questions from anyone? Okay, I think we can go to the next screen.
It's not advancing. Whoops. I got it.
There we go. Thank you.
You bet.
And so we have, I'm really proud of our tutoring support that we have at TWU. And so we have a tutoring in the areas of writing, math, and then our sciences, and also our neuroscience areas. And so these centers are set up just to help you as you move through your path and move through your classes, and they help undergraduates and graduate students. And so you all have an opportunity to really have the kind of support. And the mentors in the tutoring centers can be anywhere from upper division undergraduate students to graduate students to staff to faculty. So you find yourself in many cases an opportunity to get the best information possible. The honors programs are also wonderful programs that you have an opportunity to apply and be a part of. And so as you are working through and applying to the university, also look at the Honor Scholar Program. It's for our first year students. The Touchstone program is specifically for our transfer students. And so I highly recommend, and as far admissions office, they can, if they would like to, I think Erin's in the room. If she has a mic, maybe she can talk to you more about Terry Scholars and about the Presidential Leadership Council. All of these are wonderful programs that you all, as being a TWU student, can have an opportunity to apply and be a part of. And so I think if you get any message that we have today, is really grab hold and take care and hold of your educational opportunity. I know that I'm an alum, and definitely learn by doing has paid off for me. And I, being a part of the College of Arts and Sciences, I know that we had a political science major that's in the chat room who's starting in the fall. Being a part of the College of Arts and Sciences has probably been the best experience that I've ever had. The diversity of the degrees and the breadth of knowledge that you get, along with the in-depth education in your major, just makes us all such well-rounded individuals. And so I don't think you could have made a better choice. And I'm about to turn it back over to Dr. Tilton, but I hope that you all feel like you are here and ready to go. I got a question about tutoring. Yes, the tutoring services are free. You do not have to pay for your tutoring. We encourage you to go to tutoring, actually, even if you're doing great, because you never know. And so, absolutely. And then, Dr. Tilton, I'm going to turn it back over to you, and then I believe they'll turn it over to questions. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Brandy.
You're welcome.
So So just to sort of summarize, the College of Arts and Sciences is committed to preparing you with the skills that employers want. We want you to be engaged and involved with your education, and we want to help you to transform your life by providing you with an innovative education. One of the things that we say at TWU is if you educate a woman, you empower the world, and we are committed to that statement. But I also want to say that you belong in the College of Arts and Sciences, and I hope that you will join us. Thank you. All right.
Awesome. Great job, guys.
Yay, we did it.
So I just typed in the box and see if anyone has specific questions. So students, this is your time. We're going to stay on for a good chunk of time until we have some questions that pop up. Some people are asking, Jasmine B wants to know what Denton is like. So not necessarily related to your program, but do you guys want to talk about that?
Oh, absolutely. I love this town. It is one of the top college towns in the country. We are, if you're familiar with Austin, people often compare us to a small, and I would say cooler Austin. We have a great live music scene. We have a wonderfully vibrant downtown where there's free live concerts out there. We have great local restaurants that just every type of food you could ever want. It's a very, I think, walkable area. We have lots of green space. We have lots of trails. State parks are nearby. I mean, it's just, I truly love this town.
Awesome. Well, one of the questions that came up too from Carmen Wise, she wants to know if she's taking classes pretty much all online, can she still utilize the tutoring services and attend student activities?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Online students are TWU students. There's no difference whatsoever. And so you absolutely can attend events and attend tutoring. And then, Carmen, I know that you are planning to be a BGS major, I think. And so we definitely want to see you at commencement as well. And so, yes, absolutely.
Thank you. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of questions that are popping up in regards to housing, to deposits, different things like that. So I know we have our admission staff on hand ready to answer these questions. I'm seeing responses come through. So one of the questions from Prashalin, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but how do you become an experiential student scholar? Can you talk about that process?
Sure. So there's an application process, but one of the first things you have to do is really get to know your faculty, because you need to have a faculty mentor. And this is an area that I think students really struggle in, is getting to know their faculty. I often joke that students do not go to office hours until the absolute end of the semester, when it's frankly too late. But I encourage you to go to get to know your faculty members. That's the first thing that's the first step in becoming an experiential scholar. And then you can work with that faculty member to develop a project, something that you can implement, and then you apply. There's an application process where you can apply. It's a competitive process, which may sound a little scary, but the fact that it's competitive actually makes it better for you, because it's more of an honor or something that you really earned.
Okay, great. Let's see here. There's a buzzing in the background. I'm not sure whose microphone is on. Organizers, if we can go through and make sure everyone's muted. Okay. All right, anyone else have any other specific questions for Dr. Tilton or Brandy? This is your opportunity to ask. Brandy, if you want to do me a favor and maybe put an email in the chat box of who people can contact after this session if they have follow-up questions in regards to the College of Arts and Sciences. Excellent, okay. All right, so let's see. Okay. So with that being said, our admissions staff is going to continue to take the questions that are happening in the chat box. But Dr. Tilton and Brandy, thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to share maybe what is your one suggestion, why would you want a student to choose the TWU College of Arts and Science?
I'll go first, and then I definitely like, for Brandy to speak on this as well. Yeah, one of the things that I have found about the college experience here at Texas Women's University is that you would be hard pressed to find faculty that are more committed to your success. Our faculty really get to know their students and are heavily invested in seeing them become successful. And I think that that is also amplified in the staff. Everyone feels that they have a role in helping to make students successful, and they take that role seriously. And so that's one of my favorite things about TWU.
Okay, I'm sorry. The buzzing sound that you all hear is actually coming from me because the gardener is out mowing the yard, so I apologize. I think the one thing that I love about the College of Arts and Sciences is just all of the opportunities that students have. When you have as many majors as we have and you have as many events as we have, it gives every student an opportunity to participate. We create leaders, and I think that that is so important from our, we have so many faculty who work with students on research and who take students to conferences to present and help with writing papers and getting students published, and poster contests and edible car contests, and just, you name it, we have it in arts and sciences. And so I love the variety, and I love that when students leave, I think this is the most, I get excited when a student leaves my office and they have figured out how to connect their major to their everyday life. That's what we do, because every single one of you, when you graduate, you are going to go out into the world and have a career and get a job. And when you can sit in front of an employer and you can say, I have a degree in whatever from the College of Arts and Sciences at Texas Women's, and this is what I learned, and this is how I connect it to what you need, that tells them that you really took hold and took responsibility of your degree. And the arts and sciences allows you to do that. And I can't speak highly enough about this college. I really can't.
All right.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone in admissions and marketing that helped us pull this together. As you could tell, I literally could not do this without you. And thank you to everyone who attended and hung in there. I hope I get to see you on campus soon or virtually. So take care.
Thank you so much,
everybody.
guys. Goodbye.